Hi guys, so this week I don't really have a video planned for you. I was moving host families on the weekend and settling in, so I didn't even write down what to do. I kind of got caught up in what was happening and completely forgot, so this is just a video that's not really a video because I promised that I would make videos, upload videos every Tuesday, so this is my Tuesday video. I know what I'm going to do, okay, and this is actually perfect timing for this, but for any of you who are watching, I'm just going to say spoiler alert, because I am about to start talking about the season 4 premiere of Game of Thrones, because I am a huge fan and I watched it last night. I just got goosebumps. Wow, I must be really excited. Okay, so I watched the newest episode of Game of Thrones last night, and for those of you who do not want spoilers for this, I would suggest you stop watching now, but still give it a thumbs up because at least I uploaded my video this week. So, the newest season of Game of Thrones obviously started with a flashback to the previous seasons, what happened, how everything came to be, how the story ended at the end of season 3 in the Red Wedding, which was so depressing and I was so sad that it ended that way. But even though it might not seem like it, the beginning of season 4 actually kind of has a really happy beginning. Because it starts with Tywin Lannister with this sword that's in this weird animal sheath thing, and he hands it to some blacksmiths and they knock out the hilt of the sword and melt down the metal of the sword and put it into 2 new molds. That sword that was being melted down was actually the execution sword, like the really huge sharp one made of Valyrian steel. And Tywin gets that and melts it down and makes 2 new swords. So that kind of has I found that really cool. I'm just he's always been sensible. Joffrey was never sensible. He made a huge mistake executing Ned Stark. And Tywin's kind of like, okay, we are letting go of the past. We are destroying the thing that was our biggest mistake, and we're coming up with something new. And yeah, I thought that was really cool. I'm just like, go Tywin. And then Tywin ends up creating 2 swords, one of which he gives to Jaime. I kind of feel sorry for Jaime because, I mean, he doesn't have a hand anymore, and his father's insulting him, and Jaime was the pride of the family. He was an idol to all these knights, even though he was the Kingslayer, he was an idol, and everyone was just like, oh, Jaime Lannister, and now he doesn't have a hand, and I mean, Cersei's basically stopped loving him because he doesn't have a hand. I mean, the hand's not that important in their relationship, but yeah, I kind of feel sorry for him. I think after the last season, Jaime's kind of come a long way from being a complete asshole to being a really decent guy. Then obviously they've got the royal wedding coming up, so Jaime's got his sword, and they're welcoming some of the Dornish princes into the capital, that sounds like Hunger Games, into King's Landing for the wedding. The older prince doesn't come, the younger prince does, and he's basically there because he wants to slaughter everyone, which is yet another twist. And I actually have an idea regarding this because me and my friend were just talking about all the characters and who are our favourites, and I was saying Marjorie Tyrell, King Joffrey's bride-to-be, I actually kind of like her, and we were discussing what's going to happen to Joffrey because we are 100% sure he is going to get killed. I mean, I want him to get killed. So I was saying either Khaleesi Daenerys Targaryen will kill him when she comes and takes King's Landing, which she will inevitably do. I was saying I really want Sansa or Arya to cut off his head. I think that would be really cool. Or kill him in some way. I think it would actually be most likely Arya who would do it. If you see shoving a sword through some guy's back. So I wouldn't be surprised if it was her that killed Joffrey. But we were actually thinking it'd be really cool, like, because Marjorie is so obsessed with becoming queen that she ends up just betraying Joffrey and like getting rid of him and then marrying this new character, this new Prince of Dawn, because he doesn't like the Lannisters. Joffrey, even though he's a Baratheon, is actually a Lannister. So I think that'd be a really cool alliance. Okay, so one of the most interesting parts I found in this episode was the first time you see Khaleesi for the new season. And throughout from the time she hatched her dragons until the end of season 3, they were like inseparable. She is the mother of dragons. She was their mother. She would take care of them, feed them, protect them. They would protect her. And you see in this scene, she's sitting on a rock and she's got what appears to be the main dragon of the 3 with her, which is always the one that she's with. And she's petting it and being nice. And the other 2 dragons are fighting over a meal, which ends up being a goat. And when they come, they drop the goat in front of her and they're trying to eat it. The dragon that she is with on the rock goes, and they're kind of fighting over it and they're hissing and wailing at each other. And Khaleesi goes like to calm them down, and the dragon just snaps at her. And I think that's like, because you always think that these dragons are going to be completely loyal, and then in that instant you're just like, oh my gosh. And you can see like the shock on Khaleesi's face as well. I thought that was really cool. I don't like how they changed the actor for Diana Harris. I think the other one was really cute and I really liked him. But I guess that's just the director's choice, or maybe he didn't want the role or something. But I mean, I really do like Tyrion. I really like how he's nice and caring to Sansa, even though he's got Shay. And I feel really bad for Shay. I'm liking Cersei less and less for this one. And I find I love Marjorie Tyrell's grandma. She is hilarious. She has got no shame. She's just like, I might not be the queen, but I'm more of a leader than you guys. Like, she is just chucking away those necklaces like they're nothing. That's, yeah, I just love her. I think she's awesome. To be 100% honest, I was so looking forward to this epic episode, especially since there was such an epic ending to season 3, and I get that you've kind of got to save some awesomeness, epicness, I said epic too much, like throughout the season, but this was more just a story, which is what I love about Game of Thrones. It's got a really good story. But I was expecting more from this episode. I mean, I am so excited for it to be back, and I hate that I have to wait a week to watch the next one. But I was just expecting more from this episode. I was really just expecting more. I thought that there would be more excitement in it. And it didn't give me that. And that was a bit disappointing, because I've waited 6 months for this. We've all waited 6 months for this, and then it's just this letdown. But I mean, the show itself is just amazing. So I have nothing to complain about that. I'm expecting it to get better. I know it will get better. I know it will get better, because this is HBO, guys, and this is Game of Thrones, and these people know what they're doing. So it will get better. But yeah, that's just my review of the season 4 premiere of Game of Thrones. I am looking forward to more stuff from this new season. Daenerys Targaryen. She's my favourite character by far. Although I don't think she will last all the way through, because as the writer said at the end of the last season, everyone dies in the end, so don't get too attached. I'm going to start reading the books. You should too, because I really want to find out what happens, and I want to get a feel for what the writer's original motives were for this, and what his original idea was for this. Give this a huge thumbs up if you liked it. I don't know. You know what? Leave some comments below for other movies you want me to do reviews on. If I've seen them, I'll do a review. If I haven't, I'll watch it and do a review. I hope for those of you who kept watching and haven't seen it, I hope it wasn't too much of a spoiler, but I did warn you. Yeah, so give this video a huge thumbs up, subscribe to me, write your comments below, also give me other suggestions for what I should do in my videos, and I will see you guys next week, and hopefully I will hear more from you as well. So yeah, bye! Game of Thrones!